Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Cody.
This week's episode of WX4 features
The Moonshine. Good luck. Alright, well, welcome to the show, Rachael. Michael. Of the Moonshine.
of the Moonshine.
Of the moon. Well, the name is the Moonshine, but they are of.
So there's an official the.
Yes.
Okay, the Moonshine.
All right, so we're gonna pick a pedal. What do we have, Charlie?
Analog delay. An overdrive, a cheap plastic overdrive, a bass overdrive, or just a
Regular old
cranky
DI.
old DI box.
I like to procrastinate, so I'm gonna go with the delay.
Ah,
good choice.
there you go. All right, let's get these out of here.
There should be a question on the bottom.
Read that.
What does it say?
Is this your first family band?
Aren't y'all a family? Y'all too?
Well, we're
yes,
married.
we're married.
That is
That makes
that
you a
Actually-
family, right?
I guess that
You're
makes us
a
a
family.
family band.
you two are?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not our first family band.
It's not
no.
your first
not.
family band.
Is it not?
No. Michael the Blind, you don't remember what bands we've been
Oh, yeah. Well,
Who
This-
was in that? A brother or a sister?
no.
or-
Rachel and I were in a previous incarnation. This band was known as Michael the Blind, but when we lost our drummer, we turned into a string band.
Okay.
We put that up there. So you were one band which was called Michael the Blind, and then you lost a drummer and you turned into the Moonshine. When was that?
2012.
I think it was somewhere around there, 2011, 2012, something like
Why
that.
not just find another drummer and roll with it?
Well, we had discovered that people in Oregon, because that's where we were living, were really into roots music. And we were doing a 3-hour set once a week, every Monday night, and we had to have a lot of songs to fill it out. So we started doing a lot of old-time songs and country songs, and it just worked as a string band. So our bass player switched to upright, and we added banjo and fiddle, and it just worked.
So when did y'all come to Athens? If y'all were at
We
Oregon?
moved here about 3 years ago now.
3 years ago. Okay, so when did y'all meet and start writing music together? And how did all that happen?
Well, we met in 2005, I think. It's 2004 or 2005. And we actually met on the fire escape of the building that we both lived in. I moved into the building he was living in.
Okay.
And he was hanging out on the fire escape.
Right.
Reading poetry or something
You
romantic
did-
Being
and
cool.
smoking.
That was
and,
your hangout
He
spot?
was
and
cool.
I went out to smoke a cigarette because I smoked at the time. And
Right.
he invited
he-
me down to hang out with him. So,
Okay.
And he thought he was cool.
yes. I
hope she
very
still thinks I'm cool.
Yes.
And presently to this day, I still
Yes.
think he's cool.
So when did
Hope
y'all
so.
start writing? You know, was that immediate or did it?
It wasn't
take a-
immediate. We
take a
started
minute?
playing Carter Family songs together at first, just because they're like usually 2-3 chords and there's lots of harmonies in them and they have auto harp, and I've always loved the auto harp. So
Which is a very uncommon, I guess, instrument. You don't see it a lot. So when did you pick that up? Which is awesome.
Same year I met Michael, actually. He got it for me for Christmas.
Okay, cool. So,
So,
you gave her some
yeah.
lessons on it, or did you just kind
No,
of
I
work
just
it
No,
out?
Rachel
started
just picked it
playing
up.
Yeah.
Well, here,
Yeah.
do y'all buy each other musical equipment for like? Hey,
Yes.
yeah,
Well, you should have seen when I picked you up today, right? Is it like that sometimes?
no, it's usually more like on a special occasion, like a birthday or Christmas or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay, you don't just come home with a guitar every other week.
One of these days, you know.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So who's in the band other than the two of y'all? What we got?
We've got Nicholas Lindell on fiddle and Rob Keller on bass.
Okay, so how'd you meet those guys?
Nicholas was via a couple of kooky classical music nerds who come into the record store where I work, and they heard that I was looking for a fiddle player, and they suggested that we get together with Nick because they know that he just the last few years gotten into like folk stuff, and
He's a School of Music guy.
he's a world class violinist
Yeah.
and viola player, but he also he loves to play fiddle tunes. So,
Nice.
and then Rob Keller. I've known Rob since I was basically a kid. When I was a teenager, Rob had a record store in Clemson, South Carolina, which I grew up in South Carolina.
Okay.
And I would go to Clemson and buy records and tapes from him.
Okay.
And then when we moved back here, we were playing with a different bass player. We were playing with Evan for a long time, for a couple years. And then when Evan left, it was like, what are we going to do? There's no other upright bass players in this town. And Rob was like, oh, I'll give it a shot, because he has a band called Welfare Liners, and he's also been in the band Six String Drag since they started. And in Six String Drag, he plays both upright and electric bass, but we just wanted him for his upright skills. He tried it out, and I think he didn't think he was going to like it, but then he ended up being like really into it, so
Awesome.
yeah, he's stuck around.
So,
Yep.
do y'all have any recordings or any albums or anything?
We don't have any recordings with this current lineup, but we have 2 previous albums
What we got?
that we made in Oregon.
Is that upside down? I think
It's sideways.
That's
There you
There
still-
you go.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's our
Okay.
latest album.
Yeah, there's
That
a
one's the
rate.
Cuckoo's Crooked Path, and then our first record was just called "And Now the Moonshine," and this is actually the 5th anniversary edition. We did like a special limited edition artwork for it.
And
Let me see one of those.
what is this?
That's just a patch.
Oh,
Those
A
travel with
denim
us in our
patch.
merch case. We have olive drab and denim and like a weird kind of brown silky one.
Where'd
like
y'all
a gold
record
one.
these at? You say?
2 different places. This was, and now our first album was recorded at Revolver Studios in Portland, Oregon with Colin Hegna. And then
Colin's awesome.
Cuckoo's Crooked Path was recorded at Type Foundry in Portland with Corey Gray.
Okay, awesome, cool. You said you worked at a record shop. Where you working
I currently sometimes help out at Low Yo-Yo Stuff.
at? Okay, all right, cool. Where's that at?
It's downtown Athens.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Social media, where can they find you on Facebook and Instagram and all of that?
At the Moonshine Music.
At the
That's the
Moonshine.
spot.
Okay, that's easy.
www.themoonshinemusic.rocks.
Yeah, we went for a .rocks instead of a .com because
because it rocks.
Is there any,
we rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
is there any videos or anything they can find up there already?
Yeah.
There's lots of good
We've
video
got
of us.
videos
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
and whatnot.
Awesome.
Do y'all tour?
Yeah, we're hitting Birmingham this coming weekend. We just got back from Bluffton, South Carolina. We've been, since we got here, just kind of feeling things out and trying to get out more. We've been, we played Nashville, Columbia, South Carolina, Greenville now. Where else? Madison.
We've played here in Athens.
Here in Athens quite a few
Toured
times.
We've played in Idaho, Montana, California.
Really?
Yeah.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Y'all-
mean,
We
out
toured-
west we were up and down the
we
West
toured
Coast a
on the
lot.
West Coast. We had a bus,
Well-
so getting around was real easy.
That brings
You
us
got a
to
bus.
Yeah.
She already said they had a bus.
y'all have a van.
He's
or-
totally obsessed with vans.
We
We
don't
had-
currently
What's the
have
name
don't
of the
a
segment?
currently-
What's the name?
okay, but
Owen,
we-
what's the name of the segment?
I don't know if there's a name of the segment.
Yeah,
It's
there
just-
is. The
Bus life.
segment.
That was when we went outside and looked at a van one time. That doesn't matter anymore.
Y'all's van's
He's
not
just
here,
obsessed
is it?
with vans.
No.
I'm not obsessed with vans. It's,
Well, our bus was called Loud Mary,
see,
and it was a retired city bus
Is this
that we
it?
converted.
It's kind of like that.
It was
not
kind
not
of
as,
like
not
that, but
quite
that's
as
not Loud
stylish.
Mary.
That's
Yeah.
y'all's shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He decided to wear it.
But so it was similar to that
Yeah.
bus.
and it was
We
called who?
had Loud Mary,
Well, why?
It
Was it
loud.
like the song Proud Mary,
Proud
It was
but
loud.
Keep on going.
very loud. It was a very loud
Was it
bus.
all metally and no insulation?
Diesel, no insulation, and you're sitting like right over the engine, and
You're like, what?
yeah,
I think we
pretty
should
much.
go. I need to pull over. What? Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Loud Mary.
Yeah.
Well, before we close it out, is there anything you want to say about the song y'all performed today, Hard Times?
I wrote Hard Times during the awesome recession.
Awesome.
I mean, everyone's heard of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
We all have personally lived through the awesome recession, so I just needed. I really wanted to write a song about that period in time, and a friend of mine, Nathan Lee, actually suggested that I just sort of scream hard times and Dead or Alive. I'd been listening to a lot of Lonnie Donegan, and he has a song called Dead or Alive, and I just sort of ripped it off.
Awesome.
But I love that. I love that one. I'm glad we did it for y'all.
Yeah, they're about to hear it. So,
Rachel.
Michael.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming out here.
Thank y'all for playing.
Thank
that
you.
was really nice.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Up next is the Moonshine's performance of Hard Times. Next week, same place, same time.
Some people ain't good for nothing, other people good for too damn much. It's all the way the cards get shoveled, whether or not you got the touch. It's hard times, dead or alive. Hard times, dead or alive. It's hard times, dead or alive. Better believe it's true. Got a kitten sitting pretty back at the home, begging like a dog for an old ham bone. All I got here is this ball of yarn. Even that's almost gone. It's hard times, dead or alive. Hard times, dead or alive. It's hard times, dead or alive. Better believe it's true. Well, your girl, she's gonna leave you just as soon as she can stand you. Darned if she don't, and if she do, you'll be damned. I saw two little birdies high above the land. Each was wishing his head was in the sand. It's hard times, dead or alive. Hard times, dead or alive. It's hard times, dead or alive. You better believe it's true. Even the Undertaker's singing this sad old song. I just had to ask him what was wrong. He stuck his shovel in the ground, said, "Look here, son. People these days are just living too long. It's hard times, dead or alive. Hard times, dead or alive. It's hard times, dead or alive. Better believe it's true. Oh, it's hard times, dead or alive. Hard times, dead or alive. It's hard times.